Again, my name is Gabe Albernaz. I'm the director of the Department of Recreation, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as your MC today as we honor some truly remarkable people among us, athletes that have made us proud this summer and beyond. I'd like to start with Ashley Nee. Ashley Nee was a member of the 2016 canoe and kayak team. She's a two-time U.S. national team member, a four-time U.S. junior national team member. All right. And received a bronze medal at the 2015 Pan American Games. Thank you, Ashley. Go and have a seat. I'd now like to introduce, absolutely, they deserve it. They deserve it. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce swimmer Jack Conger. Jack is Montgomery County's own, swam for the... All right. Jack swam for the Rockville Montgomery Swim Club. He has 8 individual metro records that still stand. He has 2 national high school records that still stand today, and he was a perfect 8 for 8 in first place finishes when swimming at metros. He won a gold medal this summer, and he is just an absolutely fantastic guy, and we're happy to have him here today. Thank you, Jack. And now somebody that needs no introduction, U.S. national team member Katie Ledecky. USA, 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 USA. Katie Ledecky is the youngest person ever named to Times Magazine Top 100 list of most influential people. She has also done tremendous work in the community to give back, serving for so many different wonderful nonprofit organizations. We're so proud of her and all of her accomplishments and all of our Olympic athletes. If you guys could please take a seat. I would now like to introduce our county executive, Mr. Ike Leggett, to say a few words. Mr. Leggett.
Good evening. Good evening. All right. This is Montgomery County at our best. Give it up. I know that we are here to celebrate and to thank these great, superb, unbelievable athletes. But you know, there is a real effort behind all of this. And it starts in reality with the family. When you think about the sacrifices, the time, the love, the commitment, all that the families are in fact engaged in to ensure the great successes that we see today. The people who come out to in fact support much of this, the effort, the foundation behind all that starts with these fantastic families. So let's have the families to stand up and give them a round of applause for their great work as well. Please stand. We are here today to celebrate and to thank some terrific athletes, and as I indicated earlier, and to thank the families and all of those who helped make this possible. We really appreciate the time and effort to organize all of this evening, but it really goes without mentioning that this is a really great place in which to live, Montgomery County, Maryland, an outstanding place. There were 46 gold medals awarded to the U.S. team this year. And for the first time in 40 years, we led all categories of efforts in terms of the medal standing. You think about it, 46, 6 of those medals, gold medals, came from right here in Montgomery County. Now, by my math, that's about 13% of all of the gold medals. And if you take those in consideration that were awarded also by our great Olympian from Baltimore, Maryland, Montgomery County and Baltimore together, the state of Maryland will have more than 25% of all the gold medals. So let's give it up for all of Team Maryland and all of Team USA. Helen was not able to get here this evening. She's on travel, and it was really a difficult task for all of them to get here. As you know, Helen made history when she defeated the Japanese 13-time world champion, giving Team USA its first women's wrestling gold in the Olympic history. Give her a round of applause as well. Now, Montgomery County is home to the brightest, the most talented, terrific community, one of the best, if not the very best, in the entire nation. We literally welcome people from all over the world. But we have sent out across the world some of our finest. And that's what this is about, for us to say thank you and to let them know how much we appreciate and thank them for the great work that they've done. So let me just go back to what Gabe had just mentioned again. As you know, Ashley is a graduate of Northwest High School in Germantown. She competed in the canoe slalom. Ashley trained right here in Dixon Whitewater course on the Potomac River. Now, I'm going to call Ashley up to provide a gift for her. It's one of several gifts, but this gift that we have here is a reflection of Montgomery County. As you see in the background, I'm explaining the first time, this is Strathmore. And what you see is a diverse orchestra of different instruments, of different people, literally from all over the world. And we provide this to you, Ashley, and say thank you for a job well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out tonight. It's a great turnout. You know, it took me a long time to achieve my Olympic dream, 17 years of unwavering support from my parents and my family and my friends. Finally achieving it means the world to me. I had such a good time in Rio. It was a true dream come true. I wouldn't have gotten that opportunity without having lived in Montgomery County. It was a huge asset to my training.
You can say that again.
But really, Montgomery County, for my sport, historically, has always made champions since the 70s and the 80s. The Potomac River, the rapids that run through Montgomery County are unique and world-class. The access that the parks grant us to get out there is unparalleled. You can go from DC to Whitewater, Class 5 Whitewater in 20 minutes. It's wonderful. All of that is why I was able to finally make the Olympic team. But I wouldn't have been able to do it without my support crew, my community. And for me, that means every single one of Montgomery County residents. My sport, the way that I got to the Olympic Games, was 85% through donations from Montgomery County residents. Thank you.
As you know, Jack is a graduate of Our Lady of Good Counsel High School in Olney, Maryland. In 2013, participated in swimming for the many years at Rockville Montgomery Swim Club. Jack is one of our country rising stars in swimming and participated in helping his team earn the gold for the 4x200 medal relay. Let's give it up for Jack.
Sorry. So this is my first post-Olympic speech, so bear with me. Excuse my non-USA swimming attire. That's all back in Austin, including my gold medal. My parents have already gotten mad about that, so sorry. You know, growing up in Maryland, the opportunities were endless for me. You know, training was just kind of a gift. The pool I grew up swimming at when I was 5 years old was in my neighborhood, and then I finally switched to a training club at RMSC, and I trained there for over a decade. And so the opportunities that kind of my parents and my coaches just gave me growing up were pretty surreal. So it wasn't just about me just like putting in the hours, just sort of grinding it out every day. I really need to thank my mom and my dad for getting me up every day, and for Sue, my favorite coach of all time, for dealing with me on a daily basis. I know that must be pretty challenging, especially with everything. But I just wanted to thank everyone in Montgomery County for you know, always supporting me and helping me achieve my dreams. And you know, going to Rio really made me realize that how badly I still want to go to Tokyo and keep fighting and keep moving forward. So thank you.
Thank you. As you know, Katie is a graduate of Stone Ridge School and the Sacred Heart in Bethesda. Now, when I was watching the Olympics, I got a little bit confused because I have a television that's probably about 60 inches wide at home, and I needed a larger frame because when she was swimming, at least in one race, I didn't see anybody else. And when she won, I was waiting for the others to catch up. I said, well, should I go and get a sandwich or make a phone call? Maybe they'll be here at some point in time. I'm only kidding, but it looked like that. It was a difficult time to keep the stream together there because she was so far in advance. She shattered her own world record in the 400-meter freestyle with a time of 3 minutes, 56 seconds, and 46 hundredths of a second, nearly 2 seconds faster than her previous record to win her first Rio gold medal on August the 7th. She defended her London 2012 Olympic title in the 800-meter free by breaking yet another world record, again her own, with a time of 8 minutes, 4 seconds, and 79 hundredths of a second on August the 12th. She's the second woman ever to sweep the 200, 400, and 800 freestyles. Katie left Rio with 5 medals, one from each of the 5 events she competed, 4 gold and 1 silver. Let's give it up for Katie.
Thank you. First off, I'd like to thank Mr. Leggett for hosting this great event and for all of you for coming out and supporting us. Not just supporting us today here, but supporting us throughout our Olympic journeys. I have to really thank all of you. I've lived in Montgomery County my whole life. I have to thank my parents for raising me here in Montgomery County and for everything that they've done to get me to this point. And I have to thank my club swim team, Nation's Capital Swim Club, I've been on since I was a little kid, and my schools, Little Flower School and Stone Ridge School of the Sacred Heart, for always supporting me, and I feel like I've gotten some really great education here in Montgomery County. And again, thank you to all of you. I can't even describe the amount of support that we all received while we were in Rio, and that's what keeps us going. That's what keeps us going every day in practice. That's what keeps us going every day when we're down in Rio in a foreign country and in the Olympic Village with just our team. We don't get to see our family much. We don't get to interact with very many other people except the athletes. And it's fun, but it's also extremely meaningful when we receive those messages from back home and hear those stories when we get back of where you guys were watching our races or how you are supporting us. So I really have to thank you all, and thanks to Montgomery County for everything that they've provided for me, and for the support that you all have really given me, and the inspiration that you continue to give me. So thank you all very, very much.
We have a terrific county council in Montgomery County, and we have some joint awards and proclamations we want to present. I'm now going to call up the newly elected council president, Roger Berliner, to come up. Roger, please come forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've worked with the county executive for 11 years. I did not know he was a cheerleader in chief here. Let's give it up for the county executive. So we're obviously so proud and so fortunate to say to these young women, this young women and man, hello. We're just so proud that they come from Montgomery County. Their performances in Rio made our country proud, our county proud, not just because they won gold medals, but because of their resolve and their tenacity. Reflecting on what makes a great athlete, Jesse Owens said, "It takes desire, determination, discipline, and self-sacrifice. Put all these together, and even if you don't win, how can you lose?" Ladies and gentlemen, we just have winners here. Ashley overcame injuries and past qualifying disappointments to make it to the Olympic stage and live out her Olympic dream. Jack established himself as one of the very best freestyle swimmers in the world and is one of Team USA's future stars. And imagine the expectations put on Katie. And even with those expectations, she smashed world records with grace and poise. These three embody the Olympic spirit, and they truly are among the best our county has to offer. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we've heard the last of these three athletes. I think we ought to book a date for 4 years from now, right here.
A proclamation that represented a joint proclamation of Montgomery County. It reads as follows. Whereas Montgomery County is home to 4 2016 Team USA Olympians, her Jack, Katie, Ashley, and Helen, who earned international recognition for their participation in the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. Whereas the United States is the first country in 40 years to top the medal chart in every category to earn 46 medals, 46 gold medals, whereas the Montgomery County Olympians earned 6 gold medals and a silver medal in Rio 2016 Olympic Games. And whereas the Montgomery County Olympians accomplished their unprecedented achievements through focus, commitment, and the resolve to do the necessary hard work to make their dreams a reality. Now, therefore, do we, Ike Leggett as County Executive and Roger Berliner, County Council President, hereby recognize Montgomery County 2016 Team US Olympians, Jack, Katie, Ashley, and Helen, for their extraordinary accomplishments, locally, nationally, and internationally. It is signed by me, Ike Leggett, as County Executive, and Roger Berliner as County Council President this day. Congratulations. We'll put this to all of you.
I would like to join Mr. Leggett and say thank you to the parents and family and supporters of these fine athletes. I know personally how difficult it is to move forward in your life, in your career, and you really cannot do it alone. So thank you very much for all the support. I consider myself one of your supporters. I am not a huge fan of the sports that you guys represent, but I am a huge fan of you guys. Tell the truth here. So when you were over in Rio, making us proud, inspiring us, in all of our public libraries, we set up stations for the young people to come in and write you letters and draw you pictures, and we hope you felt the vibes and received the kind thoughts that we sent your way. So what I have tonight are the fan letters that the residents and children of Montgomery County wrote to you while you were in Rio and wanted us to give it to you. So. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Parker. That was a special presentation. And we have another one. Ms. Lee Bachu, Chair of the Maryland Commission for Women. If you could please come forward. We have another presentation.
Thank you. I want to thank our county executive. We're very proud of him to bring us together during this holiday season, and special thanks to you. And congratulations to all of you. I'm Lee Bachu, and I'm the chairperson for the Maryland Commission for Women. I'm proud to say that I live in Montgomery County, and not only I serve in the commission, which is appointed by the state of Maryland, the governor. It's a 25-member advisory board, and we are appointed for a reason. What we do is we study the status of women in our state, recommend strategies for eliminating discrimination, provide informed advice to the executive and legislative branches of government, and recognize the accomplishments and contributions of the women of state of Maryland. The commission was first established in 1965 and was set in state law in 1971. In 1985, the commission and the Women Legislation of Maryland established the Maryland Women's Hall of Fame to honor Maryland women whose lives and work are of historic significance. Each year, we call for nominations of women who have made history in such areas as the environment, science and technology, education, arts, social justice, civil rights, and the armed services, and religion. Their biographies are posted on the website of Maryland State Archives and are exhibited in a display at the Maryland Women Heritage Center in Baltimore. My fellow Commissioner Marion Brackney chairs the Hall of Fame, and I have a special, stand up, Marion. So she went through this year we've selected some of the women, famous women, and we have selected 2 of the Olympians to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. We have a few other commissioners. I don't know who else are here. Please stand up. And Yoon. And of course, we know that women have always made historic contributions to our country and our state, sometimes where we can see them and oftentimes behind the scenes. We also know that for most of our history, women and girls have been denied access to the opportunity to achieve in fields such as science, technology, engineering, math, and sports. But that is changing right before our eyes. Maryland did very well in the Summer Olympics, winning a total of 18 medals, more than any other countries for larger than our small state. Maryland women did really well, not only winning lots of medals, but breaking international records and winning their titles never before achieved by the American in the process. We are so proud of all our Olympians and will permanently recognize the historic accomplishments of 2 of these Maryland athletes, Katie and Helen, by inducting them into the Maryland Women's Hall of Fame on March 16th at a ceremony in Annapolis. We hope you all will join us there. We brought the save the date, so please do check us on the website, and please do attend, and let's honor them once more. Thank you.
Thank you. There's two more. We have some giant flip-flops. I know that sounds ominous, but it's a good thing. So I'd like to invite Jacqueline Keenan, the marketing manager for the Rockville Town Square, to speak on behalf of Federal Realty Investment Trust.
Congratulations to our fantastic athletes. You've inspired us by your dedication to your sport and your commitment to excellence. As the swimming events kicked off the Olympics, your community kicked off their support by signing these giant flip-flops at Rockville Town Square. Your fans advised you to swim fast, swim straight, and swim knowing your community was rooting you on. Now, on behalf of Federal Realty and Rockville Town Square, I present to you hundreds of messages of support from your hometown of Montgomery County.
Thank you. So Montgomery County is home to some truly remarkable athletes, and there are no better example than the three folks that are standing right here, and Helen, who unfortunately couldn't join us. And the county executive has been a fan of the athletic achievements here in Montgomery County, and has really wanted to do something. Careful there. Other duties as assigned. Again, Montgomery County is home to some remarkable athletes, both current and former athletes. And so County Executive Leggett wants to acknowledge the remarkable achievements of our athletes over time, and has asked me to commission and begin the process of developing a Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame here in Montgomery County. We will be recruiting members to an advisory committee, and we are very excited about the process, and I'm happy to announce that our 4 initial inductees will be our Olympic athletes from these most recent Rio Olympics. In addition to their remarkable athletic achievements, they do a lot to give back to our community, and we can all be so proud of that. So I want to thank all of you again for your dedication, your commitment to everything you've done as athletes and everything you continue to do on behalf of our community. And I look forward to seeing you guys again in 4 years. Our county executive is going to say some final comments now. Thank you.
Let me also acknowledge the presence of the newly selected state senator from this area, Will Smith. Please hold your hand up, Senator Smith. All of this does not happen in the vacuum. We've heard from the parents. We saw all the people who have come forward and provided support. But I also want to acknowledge a special person who has been such a strong, pivotal support in our community and supporting us and our Olympians. That's Greg Rosenblum. Where's Greg? Greg here? Hey, right at Greg. Greg is a team leader of our pentathlon team. He's also a board member of the U.S. Olympic and Paralympics Foundation, as well as the U.S. Swim Foundation. Those are the people who help our elite, athletes behind the scene, financial support and other support. Let's give them another round of applause for all you're doing, Greg. Thank you. Let me again thank and acknowledge the parents. Thank Gabe and Patrick and the entire team who put this together tonight, our members of our standing county council, all of our elected officials.